Pisces. Hope grows in the dump. The lotus flower blossoms out of the mud. Hope does not exist in a perfect world because there is no need for hope in a perfect world. So, to know and experience hope, one must go to the dump. To know and experience the lotus flower, one must go where there's mud. You are in the dump, Pisces. We all are. Oh, see how I missed? Oop, I barely got that one. Interesting. In life, we sometimes want to test ourselves. And we are all in the dump right now. All of us. But it feels like, imagine our soul wanted to test itself. In the dump, you can choose hope or you can choose despair. Which one do you want to follow, Pisces? Only strong are able to have hope in the dump. And your soul wanted to test itself out. My dog keeps barking like crazy. Hope grows in the dump. All right, I had to go get my dog because there was an excessive amount of barking. There was an excessive amount of despair. There was an excessive amount of yelling. An exaggeration. So that's what hope apparently is saying. That's how hope sees despair, I guess. That's how hope sees me saying that it grows in the dump. Because I had to tell my dog to relax, to chill down. There's no reason to keep yelling so loudly. I let her bark, but sometimes right now it was too much. Too much yelling in the dump. Too much screaming of despair in the dump. So relax. Chill down. You might not be able to change the dump, but you can change how you are. So look at whatever situation is going on. See what you can be control over. And let go of what you can't control. There's no reason to yell about what you can't control. There's no reason to feel despair about what you can't control. But you can control yourself. You can control how you react. Right? This guy is in despair. He is in the dump. He is hanging upside down and he can't do anything about it. So instead of yelling like my dog was, he's just chilling. He knows he is in control of himself, and that is the only thing he can be in control over. So he relaxes. He chills. He lets whatever is happening happen. And that is how the lotus flower blossoms out of the mud. The lotus flower doesn't see the mud as something bad. The lotus flower knows that it needs the mud to be able to grow. So hope lets us grow. The dump is where we go to grow. Just like the lotus flower goes to the mud to grow. Thank you, Una, for chilling and not yelling anymore. Cool. Three of Pentacles deals with other people. Right? There's three people there. Only one is doing the work, and the other two aren't. This guy could be in despair. He can yell because these guys aren't helping him. The Three of Pentacles is all about collaborating. But it seems like the ones around you, life isn't collaborating with you. But if your goal, if your soul's goal was to grow, then this mud that's around you could be seen as collaborating, right? Because we can only get stronger in the dump. Right? In school, we know that we test our knowledge by taking a test. So that's what this dump feels like. You know, in any anime, the training is gruesome, right? They train hard, and it's tough. I've been watching One Piece, so take Luffy, for example, right? During the time skip, did he go somewhere safe, somewhere where there's no problems? No, he went to an island where everything was stronger than him. He went to a dump where there was a bunch of seasons in 1 year. Right? In Dragon Ball, what do Vegeta and Goku do when they need to get stronger? Do they go on a chillin' vacation? No. They go to the gravity, right? The time chamber place where gravity is a lot more stronger than on Earth. That way, when they train under heavy gravity, when they go back to Earth, it feels like nothing. It feels so much easier. So what a cool shift around, right? Even when I was talking about the dump in the first place, it was like, oh, the dump. Oh, we have to have hope to be able to survive the dump. But now we shifted our focus into the dump is where we go if we want to train hard and get stronger. And this earth place, right, is probably where we go to if we want to get stronger and we want to train as well. Especially if we picked these times. These times are definitely a nice dump. So we can, embody the dump, or we can focus on ourselves, on what we can do, on how we can get stronger. Turning inwards. Yep, what matters is us. Look at it. She's in the dump, but you couldn't tell if you just looked at her, right? Turning in, the Four of Cups. Look at how still and chill the water is. I like how there's blue down here, there's blue down here, and then there's red up here, and then there's red up here. That's kind of cool. Cool. Doing good, Luna? She's doing good. Turning in with understanding. Cool. Nice. This bird thinks it's in the dump, but the door was open all along. Sometimes when you do go to the dump, you feel like you can't get out. You feel like you're going to be in the dump for all the rest of eternity. But just how the seasons change, when your soul feels like it got stronger, when your soul feels like it learned what it wanted to learn, it's free to go. It's free to fly among the birds. But when we're stuck in the middle of it, sometimes it feels like we're going to be here forever, like we're stuck in this cage. This bird needs to learn to embody the hanged man. This bird needs to learn how to embody this woman that is chilling, turning in. So let's read this turning in. Let's see what this is about. Let's see what it is we can focus on while we are in the dump. The woman in this image has a faint smile on her face. In fact, she is just watching the antics of the mind, not judging, not trying to stop them, not identified, just watching as if they were traffic on the road or ripples on the surface of a pond. This hanged man is doing the same, as you can see. So this is the antics of the mind. The hangman is talking about the antics of the outside world. But the point is that they are both doing the same thing. They are both turning in. They are both noticing, what can I control? And you can't control the outside. You can't control what's happening in the world, but we can control how we react. We can react like these calm waters, or we can react by yelling. Yelling in despair. Barking. The antics of the mind are slightly amusing as it jumps up and down and twists this way and that, trying to get your attention and seduce you into the game. To develop the knack of taking a distance from the mind is one of the greatest blessings. It is what meditation is all about, really. Not chanting a mantra or repeating an affirmation, but just watching, as if the mind belongs to somebody else. You are ready to take this distance now, and to watch the show without getting caught up in the drama. Indulge yourself in the simple freedom of turning in whenever you can, and the knack of meditation will grow and deepen in you. Turning inwards is not a turning at all. Going inwards is not a going at all. Turning inwards simply means that you have been running after this desire and that, and you have been running, and you have been coming again and again to frustration. Alright, this guy could fall into that trap. I mean, he's hanging. He could be wishing he wasn't hanging, but there's nothing you can do about it except for turn in and relax. All journeys are outward journeys. There is no inward journey. How can you journey inwards? You are already there. There is no point in going. When going stops, journeying disappears. When desiring is no more clouding your mind, you are in. This is called turning in, but it is not a turning at all. It is simply not going out. Okay, I think that really caught my attention. When desiring is no more clouding in your mind, right? So obviously, I desired that I wasn't living during these times of war, and everybody's just, all the people are getting screwed left and right, like, but I am here for a reason. My soul chose to come here for a reason. So instead of desiring to be somewhere else, I should learn to just be where I am. The important thing is that no matter where we are, that we be who we are. This bird should be who she is. And who she is flying up there with all of the other birds. Look at this blue, right? We talked about this blue. Look, there's blue everywhere. There's hope everywhere. You just gotta relax and stop moving. No more needing, no more desire to control the ones that don't understand you. No desire to control those that are doing what, what they shouldn't be doing. The only thing we can do is turn and be who we want to be. The best thing we can do is be an example, right? Just like these birds are showing this bird, hey, look, we're flying over here. You can too. We're having a good time over here in Freedom Land. You can too. And that it sounds like freedom, man. Like not letting the outside world move us, move who we are, move who we want to be. Right? Do you want to be angry? Do you want to be frustrated? Do you want to be exhausted? I know I don't. I know I would want to be like this beautiful lady here, relaxing and chilling. I would like to be like this hangman, that no matter the situation that he is in, he is relaxing and chilling. That sounds fun to me. So what sounds fun to you? And follow that. Adjustment. Nice. We were talking about an adjustment. Debach. I don't even know if that's how you say that word. But an adjustment, just like we were talking about, right? The way we were seeing things at the beginning of being in a dump. Nice. You can see life as being in a dump, or you can see life as being in hope, right? Which one sounds better? This bird understanding that adjustment, that it can fly, that it doesn't have to be stuck in the cage. This world does feel like a cage right now. So the adjustment, it feels, I keep looking at this Three of Pentacles. So the adjustment that needs to be made is that view, right, of being in a dump compared to being in something that's collaborating with us, even if it is a dump. The dump is collaborating. So look at how it's collaborating. What can we do? How can we react? Like in a chess game, right? When you're thinking of moves You could be desiring that the opponent makes a bad move, makes this move over here, but when they do a different move, when they do a good move, you know, how are you going to react to that move? That's the turning in, that's the hangman. That's the what are you in control over? You aren't in control over your opponent's moves, but you are in control over your own moves. Ain't that right, Luna? Yeah. I love my dog. The debug. Instead of seeing life like this is a dump for sure. Or we can see it as somewhere where we can grow. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. What do you think, Pisces? Well, let's see what the Office Oracle deck thinks. Cool. Yeah, are you going to be yelling and complaining, despair? Or are you going to go after what you want? Are you going to be in control of your move? Alright, this is the card where you are strong. Be strong. Trust yourself. You are here for a reason. Love yourself. When you are angry and frustrated and listening to these, that's the opposite of loving yourself. You know, this bird saying he can't fly like those other birds, that is not loving yourself. Love yourself and fly like those other birds. Conquer your fears. Just go after what you want and act fast, because life isn't that long. That is the cool thing about death, right? I mean, if we knew we lived forever and ever and ever and all of eternity, right? Imagine you have homework due and it's not due Saturday, it's due at the end of eternity. Right? And right, if it was due Saturday, then we would do it at least on Friday. At least Friday night we'd be doing it. But if it was due at the end of eternity, I'm pretty sure we would wait till the end of eternity to do our homework. So that's the cool thing about death, right? It makes us won't do the things that we want to do. Obviously not homework, but do the things you want to do and do them sooner. Sooner than at the end of eternity. That's the cool thing about death. That's the cool thing about death. Yep, this is the goodbyes. My goodbyes are hard card. Right, he was gonna goodbye stink. They're gonna put it on a t-shirt. They can be very hard but are necessary. Right, so now you ask yourself, what is good about goodbyes? We can see goodbyes as something horrible that's happening. We can see goodbyes as a dump. So now you tell me, what are goodbyes good for? Put it in the comments. What are goodbyes good for? Yeah. I think that's it for this reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really hope to see you again in the next one. Bye.